Friends Retreat from Wigan. Poem by me. Thank you. It was on the plains of Earlham, the year 1815. Napoleon was sat in his long johns supping brasso with Josephine. He chewed his nails to the very quick, so he chewed 'em down to slow. He was chewing very hard when up the backyard come a corporal, his nose all aglow. "Hey, bien, mon capitaine," he cried. "Sacre bleu, murdalos par les vux." And Boney spat out a big lump of ale and said, "Bugger me, what's to do?" "The lads have just come back from the Wigan," said Corporal. "News played 'em at the billiards last night. But the Wigan lads cheated and give us wobbly cues. And sewed all pockets up tight. And they put lard on chalk and glue on news balls. And stuffed up wellies with barbed wire. And they bunged up muskets with parking, so we couldn't get the buggers to fire. And we had to walk home after punch up, because the tram guard looked at us right black. He said, 'Bog off, froggies.' So we had to leg it all the way back. 'Ecky le pecky,' said Boney. 'I'll show 'em what team's the best.' And he had a quick chew of his fingernails and stuck his hand up his vest. He said, 'Dish out some spud guns and catapults too. And give lads pea shooters all round. We'll burn down the pie and peas shops and raise chippies down to the ground. Us'll run through Wigan like a dose of Andrews. We'll make 'em tremble and quake. We'll loot and we'll pillage. And we'll pinch things as well. And we'll smash all the Eccles cakes.' Well, he borrowed the Earlham muck cart and some spuds to roast on the way. And with all of his lads in wagon, he pointed the horse Wigan way. But the weather turned rotting to spite him. It snowed, rained and hailed and all the rest. So Boney started sulking and chewing his nails and sticking his hand up his vest. Soon the horse wouldn't go no further. It was weary and smelly and old. And it asked for a blanket and time and half. And boots for working in cold. So they traipsed through the snow for a fortnight. Just chuffed to the knickers they were. They'd icicles hanging from the number plumes. And frost all over their hair. While they trudged through the slush round the slag heaps. And up bit canal and bit pier. Till they come to a big doormat in snow that said, 'Bog off.' And Boney said, 'Hey up, lads, we're there.' But the gates of Wigan was bolted tight. Said Boney, 'Phew, what a pest.' And he had another chew of his fingernails and stuck his hand up his vest. There he stood at the front gates of Wigan, frozen tears coming in lumps down his chin. And he kicked on front door with his wellies in temper and said, 'Come on, cheeky buggers, let's in.' But there, on the front door of Wigan, a notice he read with a groan, saying, 'We heard as how you were coming, so we buggered off, there's no one at home.' Boney, he was right blazing, but Wigan was blazing also, because they'd left Chippan on gas ring, and Wigan were all aglow. So they all got round and warmed up a bit. And as the flames grew higher, he took out a food parcel off his gran and toasted his crackers on fire. Now Wigan burnt down to ashes, and it got cold, so they had to retreat. And they'd ate the boots and socks on the way, so they had to walk home in bare feet. Retreating were worst part of business, 'cause lads were starting to see red. And the Eastern booed when he walked up in front and chucked snowballs at the back of his head. Boney were right pigged off with all this. So that night he worked out a plan. And he pawned out lads' muskets as they lay there in kip. And he come home on number 11 tram. It was dark when he got back to their street, and stars was twin-eckling above. And Boney's passions rose and bursted all his buttons as he thought of Joe Cephalent, his love. He stamped the snow off his boots, opened the door and stuck his rifle in plant pot in Thor. He said, "I'm home, sweetie pie, light of my life." And Josephine shouted rude things. "Don't think you can go out bloody conquering," she said. "Stopping out all night with bloody lads. You'd worse bloody stop out in Earlham, you." Boney said, "There's no answer to that. You've not finished papering the lobby yet. This house is a right bloody mess. And you just stand there, chewing at your nails and sticking your hand up your vest." Well, she run downstairs and smashed him in gob. And when he tried to get into bed, she got right nasty and picked up the paw and emptied it over his head. So you see, what they say in the hysterical books isn't always right. It were Boney who got deaf and done breakfast, and Joe Cephalent who said, "Not tonight." For she made him sleep downstairs on the hearthrug, tossing and turning without rest, kicking the cat and chewing his nails and sticking his hand up his vest. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks very much. Thank you. Very much.